Often, the best answer to ignorance is success. And today I have somebody who's tasted success and is continuing to taste success at the box office. Nikhil Siddhartha, aka Karthi Kya, joins us for a conversation only on Gulte.com. Thank you.
Hey Nayan,
Elau Naru.
Fantastic यार, I'm like, कैसे हो आप?
हाँ बिल्कुल, मैं तो ठीक हूँ.
मैं तो आपसे बंगाली में बात करना चाहिए मुझे.
Elau Naru.
केमन आछो?
See, all the language barriers are going. Yes. And it's a great time to be an artist is what I feel, right? Exactly. And in any field, I want to ask you that did you even anticipate this kind of a response to Karthikeya too?
No, we had not even in my wildest dreams. Sometimes, when we sleep, we have these crazy nice dreams, but this was never there in it. It was not a plan, but it's just because of the movie. We just believed in the story being like a pan-India film. Being a multi-language film, and I really feel bad that we have not dubbed the film or gone to more languages like Bengali and Gujarati and Marathi, and because there's been a lot of demand for this.
True.
So the dream is becoming bigger and bigger. It's a good dream, and I'm really happy that nobody wakes me up from it. And I just can't believe that audience across the nation are watching it. And as you said, the lines are blurring.
Absolutely.
The lines between Tollywood, Hollywood, there are no more woods anymore.
Yes.
It's only Indian cinema. So
this is exactly what Rajamouli sir said and Karan said at the launch of Brahmastra, like the press meet of Brahmastra. And do you know that he actually praised your film?
So I was really lucky to be watching the visual, and when Rajamouli sir uttered the word, and Karthikeya too, because I was talking about movies like Bahubali, RRR, KGF, and then he said, and Karthikeya, I was like blown away, because for us, Rajamouli sir is huge. He's a person who took Telugu cinema and put it on a map worldwide. So he's like the guru for all of us right now.
I remember seeing this video where you actually got emotional about the release, because there were so many issues before the release.
Yeah.
Today, the success has validated all the hard work. How do you look back at that moment right now?
Nayan, I believe that sometimes you have to go through a lot of troubles and a lot of difficulties to see success. And yeah, it was a sad moment because the movie was getting postponed multiple times, and I felt that if it got postponed anymore, I knew what the movie was all about, and we knew that this had to be watched by maximum number of people, children, elder people, everybody. And as you said, the trouble was worth it once people are watching and appreciating the movie. So everything happened for our own good.
It's a pan-India film, it's a pan-India success. But how do you think life would have been had it not worked? Do you think there would have been too many eyes because people were not so supportive of the movie before the film's release?
It's a very scary place to be. And if I go back there, oh my God, I'll get emotional again. And just thinking if the movie wouldn't have worked, everybody would have said, dude, you were stupid, and we told you not to do this. But luckily the audience were there with us, and people owned the film.
There was a point of time in life where even Wikipedia would believe in distinctions. That there'll be like this person is a Bengali film actor, this person is a Marathi film actor, this person is a Bollywood actor, this person is a South Indian actor. Today, if you go to Wikipedia, everybody. There's no distinction between industries. There's no distinction between TV and films and web as well.
Just actor.
Yeah, so it's like Indian film actor who predominantly works in these many languages. So
Wikipedia, really, thanks for taking on the distinction. But just then, on this topic, I've not checked Wikipedia in many days.
Yeah, but the thing is that there is a global change in perception and treatment towards actors, don't you feel?
I also feel that, see, I am proud of our regional heritage.
Absolutely.
Because I think you as a Bengali are proud of Bengali films.
Absolutely, very proud.
So that has to be there. But when the movie is going to the audience, I think it should reach the maximum number of people. Especially our film, we had a concept which was talking about our Indian culture, about Bhagwan Sri Krishna, and we wanted this movie to be watched by as many people as possible.
Are you spiritual by nature?
I am spiritual by nature. I'm proud of it, but I believe in a very practical spirituality. I do not believe in Andhvishwas bolte hain usko. I do not believe, but I believe in worshipping and believing in God.
Yeah, absolutely, because it shows. It shows in the way you've spoken about the film and the nature of the film. Do you somewhere feel that originality from our culture is what made this movie such a movement and a revolution?
100%. Because one common thing we all Indians share, and I'm not just talking about India, which was formed in 1947, not that which the British left. I'm talking about
India since it's existed.
Since Akhand Bharat, that's what we used to call. From, let's say, from Europe, say like Indonesia, tak, we had this huge, land mass of it called India. And I think we all share a common cultural heritage. For example, you have Dashera, which is celebrated in Indonesia. You have Europeans celebrate Diwali. So you have so many common points, and I think if you make a film on these common points, everybody can watch it. When you're talking about remakes, I also know why they do remakes, because sometimes what happens is when you're doing a film basically for a Telugu audience, you have some very cultural stuff which only the Telugu audience can relate to. So there is space for that cinema, and there is also space for anything. See what combines us, I think cricket combines us, joins us entire India. Absolutely. I think our cultural heritage, our cultural roots, and whenever anybody messes with India, we all come together. I think even recently we had the movie Major, which did really well because it had a national concept. Yeah, and then we had RRR, which talked about our independence struggle, and Bahubali, which was can be related. So I think when you make a film on national topics, I think you can, no language barriers.
When did you decide to release it pan-India?
We initially thought of it when we were writing the story. So the director always wanted it to reach maximum number of people, but it's not that easy. It's just not, come on, I'm going to release it in Hindi and do it, because you have to have a distribution network, you have to do publicity. Here I want to thank my producers, because they said, let's gamble, let's spend these extra number of crores to go and promote it in Hindi. So it was a tough journey, but then the distributors, UFO, I want to thank them through this platform, because they did a fantastic job. It released in 50 screens. Can you believe that? 50 shows.
I was just going to ask you that initially it was only 50 screens and 50 shows that it had.
Yes. And you know what happened?
Did it break your heart?
It's fine. I wanted the movie to be watched by a Hindi audience, and I thought a release is enough. So the 50 screens, by the end of the day, became 150, 200. It became 500 by the next day. I went up to 1,050 and 2,500 shows for Independence Day. It was shocking. And we had to send called the content, right? Hard drives. We sent it through aeroplanes, rickshaws, cargo stuff, trains, everything. So UFO did a great job taking it to all corners, because Rajasthan tak jana hai, it has to go somewhere into some village. They had to use all these things to send it. So it was like a scramble. There were about 30 to 40 people only doing this, sending content across India for Karthikeya 2 so that they can increase the number of theatres.
No, but I have to ask you this, that Nikhil, when you got to know that this is the state of the film in every other state in India, what was your first reaction?
I was like, hello, please wake me up. Because see, I think it is a very good thing which happened, but it is not something which happens, often. And I think somewhere God had his hand in this, because it's miraculous. The way the distribution network worked, because one train stops or one flight gets delayed, that's it, the content won't go there.
Yeah.
So when this was coming, it was like a battle for us to make everybody watch it and reach it. So, and today we are playing in 1,000 screens, 1,000 locations across India. In the
after almost a month, which is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You also stood your ground against two of the biggest superstars of India, which is Amir Khan and Akshay Kumar, because their movie had just released. Do you somewhere feel that also, I'm not saying there's competition, I'm not trying to put anybody down, because whatever, your film has a much better ROI than both the films that released. But do you somewhere feel that, did you feel that sense of containment? Because otherwise, even a good film could have been crushed by two really big films.
First of all, I just want to say this, because I'm a huge fan of Amir sir. Amir Khan is like somebody whom I've watched as a kid. Andaz Apna Apna is my favorite film.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm just madly in love with him, for Dangal and all these films. But Akshay Kumar sir also, the kind of films he does, amazing. But I don't want Karthikeya to be compared with any of them, because if we release 2 days later, yes, a lot of people are comparing that, okay, film from South has come and doing better ROI and all that. But, just getting our space was enough for me. I was not thinking about any other film. I was like, bhai, mujhe to mere screen chahiye, mere log chahiye, aankhein dekho bas. This is what I had in my mind, and that is what happened. And all these things I do not keep in mind, because I'm a positive guy, and I think positivity works, and I think any actor, if they do the right content, can come back. And dude, I am like a big fan of Shah Rukh Khan sir also. I've not mentioned this. I'm just saying this because, I think it was Deewana, where I was a small kid and I was watching, and I used to follow Shah Rukh Khan sir through Fauji and Circus. I used to watch those serials, and whenever I used to go to school, I would say, I say chaps, because that was what Shah Rukh Khan sir would say in Fauji, I think, yes. So such a big fan. And today, I heard that SRK has got to know about the film about Karthikeya too, which is madness for me. So all good stuff happening, and I think our film found the space and found its audience.
How many people reached out to you after the movie release from the industry?
If I start naming every actor, it'll be like a big
I would
list.
like to know. I know Charan sir actually messaged.
Yes. For the first, we got a message from Prabhas Bhai. He's a global superstar, and he appreciating the film and saying it's a fantastic blockbuster. And then Charan, he called up, and he spoke on the phone so beautifully. He said, "You've done a fantastic film, Nikhil." And the minute I saw it, I want to talk to you. And then Karthikeya from the Tamil industry, is a superstar there. He was one who just talked, and he just loves the movie. And I'm talking about everybody. I don't want to forget names. Pawan Kalyan sir, in an interview, in a meeting, he said that a film called Karthikeya is like rocking the nation. So when you have these compliments coming in, it's very satisfying. And a lot of producers and a lot of actors, even from Bollywood, have called me up and wished me.
You are an outsider who's made it on your own, right?
I have not made it yet. I'm just making it.
That's groundedness and modesty, which is great.
Yeah.
But I feel that how has the journey been? Has there been difficult times? How do you deal with those emotional lows, the rejections, the struggle? How do you deal with that on a daily basis?
My first film, Happy Days, was a blockbuster. It was like something where nobody expected, like a bunch of 4 guys, and suddenly it just goes boom. So after that, I didn't know how to plan my career. So there were a couple of hits, but then again, I had 5 back-to-back flops. This was 2011, 2012. I don't know what to do. So when my last fifth film bombed, I just took my car. It was a Skoda, Laura, I don't know. And then I drove off to Delhi from Hyderabad. It took me 2 days to reach because I stopped in Varanasi, I stopped in Agra, just by myself, alone, exploring, talking to people, having chai here, eating food here, dhaba mein ruk ke. That is when I decided that, dude, I should not concentrate on the banner or how big a production house I'm working for or how big a director is. Don't think about the big names. Go with the story of the film. This is where I don't know, it was some enlightenment for me. And from then we started off doing a film called Swami Rara with an unknown producer who's my friend, and then an unknown director called Sudhir Verma. And that film was rated one of the top 10 films in national NDTV and the rest of them, it was top 10. And then Karthikeya happened, the first part.
That also did amazingly well.
Yes. Amazingly well, and so that was where the journey started. So I had my lows, I had my ups, but I think it's about still standing and trying to go forward. Yeah.
But what has been the worst piece of criticism that you've heard about yourself? I've been told
about myself by an audience or
by people from the industry.
Actually, the Telugu industry, which I've predominantly worked in, has never done that because everybody wants a movie to be a hit. And whenever, even if your movie flops or they've always been very supportive, and this is the true thing. It's a true fact. I have had some really top actors call me when a movie doesn't work and says, "Dude, don't worry. I think your next movie is coming up." And you always have that support here. So I'm lucky that way.
How did you convince your family? Was it difficult in the beginning?
My parents are basically from an education background. I mean, my dad was a professor who started off institutions, and my mom was a principal of a college. So it was very weird for them. Karthikeya, tu actor banega. Where are you going to earn money from? Because for them, acting was never money. They think actors never make money, which is true for a lot of them. But nowadays,
I think actors make the most money.
No, if you're successful.
Yeah, if you're successful.
Itne sare actors hain bahar, wo like still struggling, and it's like cricket only. Like only the top 11 or IPL players make. So they said it's not an option. But then I got a job, and I showed them the offer letter from an MNC company and said, "Mummy, Daddy, please leave me for 2 years. Let me try. I can get this again. So don't please be harsh on me." And they let me go for 2 years. Within 6 months, Happy Days happened. So I was lucky.
In those 6 months, how much of struggle did you see?
See, I was a child actor before. I mean, not child actor exactly. I did some serials before, and then I was an assistant director for a lot of films. So I was always there. Even during college, I used to go for to bunk college and go and work on movies and films and all that. So after I passed out, when they asked me what next, that is when I took those 2 years. So,
but I heard that your first paycheck for assisting somebody was 100 rupees, 1000 rupees?
No, it was, it's a very funny story. I was in my 10th standard, 11th standard, and I was asked to play the hero's friend in a movie. And I thought, okay, wonderful, let me go and do that. And they said, because you're launching you as in the movie, as your hero's friend, I will pay you 116 antar, 116 I think, 116 rupees.
116 rupees?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they gave it to me in an envelope, which was I think more expensive than
anything. Yeah. How do you make sure that the stardom doesn't hit you in the head?
Being in reality and being in touch with the public is very important. So I secretly go on Twitter and read what they're talking about me. You know, and go on to YouTube and check out what the hell are people talking. So when you know that, you know what you are. You know the reality.
Absolutely. But how did they react to the movie?
The reaction to this movie was fantastic. I mean, I was just telling you that they were promoting the film themselves, and especially you have these audience reactions when they come out of the theater. What lovely reactions. Fantastic. They just kept saying superb, 5 out of 5. Some people said 10 out of 5. You know, I really enjoyed it, and the appreciation and the applause coming for the movie, I'm just thankful. And I'm
No, how did your family react to the film?
Family? Oh, my mom is like on YouTube all the time. She says, Nikhil, come here, this guy talked about you, that guy talked about you. Now when all the media people and even the Hindi influencers are talking about the film, she's like, this guy talked about you, very famous, like, and you are now talking to me right now. So, yeah, so she'll be very happy.
I think that you deserve all the applause that is coming your way because you've made a really, really nice film. You know, and today is the time when all the barriers and the boundaries are getting blurred.
Yes.
So being the face and voice of a change is very important, and there are so many that hopefully that blurred lines will disappear someday very soon.
And I cannot keep, stressing how important movies like Bahubali, RRR and KGF were, because, they have paved the way for us for the future. And I think, Rajmouli sir, Prabhas Bhai, Ramcharan Garu, NTR Anna, and, it's like Pushpa, we had Allu Arjun, it was a national sensation, Pushpa. So when they paved the way for us, it just got so much more easier. So
can I just tell you this, that I was just 1 year old in Bombay, 2015 if I'm not wrong, Bahubali released, and we were a bunch of like young kids. So we were called for group interviews for Rajamouli sir. Half of the people, and I'm saying this, half of the people from the media there didn't even know him, and most didn't even care. So usually what happens is there's a delay because so many interviews happen and there's delay, right? We were called, we got frantic calls and they were like, listen, many people have not turned up, so your slot has been, so we were supposed to do group interviews. It became like 3 or 4 people in a group. It was supposed to be 10 people ka group. So it was that, and then Bahubali happened. And today everybody is after Rajamouli sir to do an interview. That is how life changes.
For us, when I came to Mumbai to promote the film for 2 days, we thought 2 days was enough. We thought, kon aayega hamare liye. We are like a film which is coming up. And we thought 2 days interviews are enough. Then they invited the media, and trust me, brother, the entire media came to talk to us. We didn't have space. Because
they made everybody watch the movie before.
Yes.
So they loved the movie. I can tell this now on camera.
So I want to thank the entire national media also. Thank you so much.
So equality is a myth. Any kind of equality. Pehle we used to put down regional cinema and make Bollywood like the be all and end all. Now we all say that Bollywood has fallen down and it's only South films that are working. Unfortunately, the divide doesn't exist between people who work in both the industries, but it's only out there in media. Does it bother you as an artist?
See,
because art is not meant to divide anyone.
No, it's kind of like, because anybody, when equality doesn't exist, it's bad, because it can happen again. The reverse can happen again. So I think that it's kind of sad that cinema is being treated unequally. But what is happening, I'll tell you also, Nayan, is competition has increased. This is for sure.
Respect has increased.
No, not just the respect. I'm talking about the pandemic, where people watched Korean films, they have watched Spanish films, they have watched French films, they have watched everything. So now, and they are, I'm not competing with just a Telugu film. I'm competing with Spider-Man, which is dubbed into Telugu.
Yeah.
So suddenly Spider-Man comes with the Telugu dubbing and he's taking my case, yeah. Some days back, one of my movies was that Dangal was there in Telugu. So we were we're competing with national cinema. So now I think even Bollywood is having the same kind of competition, and it's very good, because the cinema that's going to come out of all of this, when you churn, that's when you get the Amrut. That's what they say. So I think we are going through a churning process, and it's going to be fantastic and lead to great movies.
I was reading somewhere, a box office portal, that in your fourth week, third week, the film has done double and triple of what it did in the first week and the first 3 days as well. I want to know, but along with the appreciation and the love, people are actually waiting for the third part. And with films like these, whether it's a KGF, Pushpa, Bahubali, and now Karthikeya, it's a series. So eventually now the third part, when it comes out, it's going to be crazy, because the first part of KGF did 40 crores, 45 crores in Hindi. And the second part, we all saw what happened in Hindi.
We have crossed 30 crores in Hindi, Karthikeya.
Exactly. So are you, do you already have like a seed which is germinating about the topic, and do you want to come up with it sooner?
Not just because of the numbers. Like, I'm very happy that just in Hindi, the movie's done so well, Karthikeya. And I know that when you have a franchisee, the second and third part become bigger and bigger. Well, Karthik, the guy who's playing, like, the lead in the movie, which I'm there, is a very curious guy. So he wants to explore and discover and have adventures. And our country, our culture has got so many unsolved mysteries.
True.
Like, mystery of Shambhala, somebody was talking about Padmanabha Swami temple, we're talking about, so many, I don't want to talk about it because, it can all be made into movies. So I think we are going to have many, many parts of this, and we are always going to bring up a very unknown fact of our Indian culture and our roots and make every Indian proud. And hopefully very soon part 3 is going to come.
But have you already started work on it?
Yes. Oh. Yes, I have a meeting after this, after your interview, and I'm meeting the director, because not very soon, but maybe in a year's time we're going to start working on it.
And so we can expect it in 2024?
I have no idea.
Give us a date. Now that we pinned you on the seat, now I'm not going to leave.
Listen,
now I'm going to be a journalist. 2024?
Karthikeya first part released in 2014, and we thought we should never disturb a film that good. So it took us 7 years to find a story. So now only if we find a good story, we're going to...
You can't make us wait 7 years.
No. But we found a story for the third part. So yeah.
Then amazing. Then 2024 is okay. 2023. How many?
Dude, I'm the actor, dude. I'm not the producer.
But excuse me, the producers have made so much money, 115 plus crores. And it's crazy, and it's still gonna make more money, by the way. Plus, you have satellite, you have digital, you have everything. Yeah, I know.
let's not make the... Okay.
But I just want to ask you, what is after Karthikeya 2 that is keeping you busy? Have you been getting a lot of offers?
I'm already like busy with a couple of projects. One is for Geeta Arts. The legendary Allu Arvind sir is producing a film with Sukumar Garu's writing, who's done Pushpa.
Yeah.
So it's called 18 Pages. So that's going to be, I don't know if how far it's going to go, but we are almost finishing shooting, 10 more days of that. And then I'm doing a film called Spy, which is a multi-language film again. I'm playing a raw agent in it, and it's a national issue. So I'll be tackling a national issue in a very realistic way. Not too much dishum, but it's going to be very engaging, engrossing, and we're going to talk about something very interesting in that.
Are you planning to release them in all languages?
Spy for sure, because as I said, it's a national issue, so I think everybody's going to connect with it. 18 Pages, I have to watch. The producer have to take a call. As of now, it is a Telugu film. Going forward, I have no idea what can happen. So.
But finally, is there anybody from the industry, when you, like you said, that you looked up to Shah Rukh Khan when you grew up, and also so many actors from the Telugu film industry who have become pan-India superstars and global superstars, so to say, who are representing India at large on a grand level. Are there 2-3 people who you like, who are on your wish list? I want to work with these people.
I definitely want to work with, my childhood hero. It's just not my childhood hero. Everybody, I think every movie lover's childhood hero was Chiranjeevi sir, and definitely being seen in one scene or something with him would be like amazing, Chiranjeevi sir. And also I'm a big fan of Power Star Pawan Kalyan. My whole youth was watching his films, so I've been inspired by him, his attitude, his honesty in life and all. So maybe sometime with Power Star also. Now that they know me well, at least they're watching my movies, I hope they give a call.
And finally, any plans of making like a Hindi film debut? Like everybody, there's a crossover happening, right? Everywhere. This is a crossover, like I kept saying. So is there a plan to because that crossover is helping the industry and the Indian film industry at large?
See, me debuting into a Bollywood film, I do not think that I want to do that anytime soon. I'm so happy concentrating on films which can be taken to a larger audience. And I think Telugu film, bilingual films is fine, because I think Spy, we are shooting it twice, like one shot in Telugu, one shot in Hindi. But at heart, it's definitely going to be a very rooted Indian film.
But I hope that you retain this honesty, this sensitivity, even after like 30 more years of success and maybe giving us 30 more Karthikeyas and other films.
He'll be talking like this, trust me, and yeah, nothing is going to change.
Yeah, and I hope nothing changes.
It's just about giving good content and just making a mark, and so that people remember you at the end of the day.
You know, major point of disconnect between the audiences and the films when they are released in a different language is the dubbing. In your case, I think you did the dubbing yourself, so that was a win-win for you. Did you decide to do this yourself?
Yeah, I did decide that because Hindi was my first language in school. So मैं हिंदी बहुत अच्छी तरह से लिखता हूँ, पढ़ता हूँ, और poems भी, So I always had that affinity towards Hindi because first language. School.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was comfortable.
So which is your favorite Hindi dialogue from the film?
बहुत सारे हैं, कौन सा बोलूँ?
जो आपका favorite है?
अच्छा, मेरा favorite, okay. So guys, don't judge me. Go watch the movie. I've had an Hindi expert next to me also to do it. But it's a very powerful line in the movie, which also has a little bit of English, but I will say that, yeah. Somebody says, so sir, do you believe in mythology? I say, it is not our mythology, it is our history. ये mythology नहीं है, हमारा इतिहास है. भगवान राम श्री कृष्ण सिर्फ हमारे भगवान नहीं थे, मगर पूर्वज भी. That's a dialogue which I really, really strongly believe in, because the whole film is about Lord Sri Krishna. We talk about how he's our ancestor. So they're not just our gods, but also our ancestors.
Yeah.
So I hope it came out well.
Yeah, it came out really, really well. And listen, you don't have to ask me. You got the validation.
The movie, yeah. Please don't judge me. Go to the movie and watch it.
Your dubbing was perfect.
Thank you, धन्यवाद. और प्लीज आप जाके देखिए, मूवी अभी भी है थिएटरों में.
Absolutely.
तो ऑलरेडी हाउसफुल चल रहे हैं, मगर अभी भी प्लीज जाके देखिए अगर आपने नहीं देखा हो तो.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
Hi guys, this is Nikhil. You are watching Gulte.com. Nikhil in conversation with Nayan. And like, share and subscribe.